Hello everyone! In our today's show we are going to talk about the World Cup, a famous tournament that Brazil is going to host in 2014. Beyond that, Giba, a Brazilian volleyball player, gave us an interview directly from the US telling us his opinion about the media attention that football receives, which is bigger than the other sports. And finally, I went to London where the next Olympic Games is going to be to give you tips about what to do there, what places to visit, and of course, what to avoid. Gabriela told us about her opinion of Brazil hosting the next World Cup. So Gabriela, are you for or against the World Cup in Brazil?
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Before I begin, I'd just like to thank you for coming. Today, we are going to talk about a really polemic subject, the next World Cup. Needless to say, Brazil will host it in 2014. This fact will bring Brazilian population a lot of happiness, because like the world knows, we love soccer. Although the population is a little bit lukewarm that the country will be prepared for the event. I consent with them, and in my opinion, the government should give priorities to other fields like education and health. But who certainly liked the idea was the politicians that found other money-making venture. After all, we must not forget how much we should invest in securities. It's really hard to leave our houses without being worried about violence nowadays. Imagine during the competition, when the country will receive millions of tourists. And all the mainstream media will be here and will transmit to all over the world everything that is happening. On the other hand, a really positive point that we have is our people. We are very friendly, talkative and receptive. During the game, everything will be a party and we are going to forget all our problems. We will be on the edge of our cities, to support the Brazilian team, to get the upper hand and win the World Cup. That will be really amazing. So I would like to finish off by inviting you to come to Brazil and watch the games here. So now you can't do anything, just receive you well, really well. So let's have fun with us. Thank you very much.
With the football championships going all over the world, and as we see in TV commercials, the soccer players have a lot of influence in our society. So the football in our country get a lot of more media attention than other sports such as volleyball, handball, basketball or swimming. That's why Giba, a famous Brazilian volleyball player, agreed to speak with us about the topic. With the Volleyball World Cup, the Brazilian volleyball players are in the US to fight for the 4th World Champion Award. That's why Giba answered their questions directly from the Washington City. Giba, as we all know, Brazil has one of the best teams on the volleyball history, which you is part of. But the question that we all have been thinking about is why we hardly listen of volleyball events and why in our country we always just listen about football. What's your opinion about
I
that?
work in Brazil with a culture over the past years around football. Hence, football carry a lot of weight because that, and maybe because the Brazilians were the movers and shakers in this kind of sport. Needless to say, in other sports, Brazil has been rising in terms of quality, so they are getting the upper hand in the world of sports.
Do you think that the TV commercials with soccer players having part of contributes to the media attention that
Of course,
football
the
receives?
allure among soccer players is clear, and that contributes for brands and soccer players because they will put the products in a good word for the customers.
What do you think we could do to sports like volleyball win more gratefulness from all the
I believe the
Brazilians?
government should support more other sports. Brazil, for example, doesn't have the structure to receive a big event like the Olympic Games, but they will host it anyway. So, building place with the necessary structure. It's a beginning to increase the popularization of the other sport as volleyball.
I'm in London where the next Olympic Games is going to be. And if you're thinking about coming to watch the games, you may want to listen to these tips. 1. You have to be wary of the thieves. They can surprise you in the middle of the excitement of the tournament. Be careful not to be ripped off. 2. To wander through the streets of London, make certain that you and your companion are together, for you both not to lose each other. And 3. Enjoy the trip. The Englishmen are very hospitable. I'm sure you will love the city.
If